Welcome to the Saturday edition of the Bot Seat. I'm Adam McGrath and joined by Mark Olmos. Mark, a Derby day here in Perth. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it will be a great day of racing. Be sure to get down there. We've got two other feature races on the card, but there's quality all the way through.
Let's take a look at the conditions that we are going to be faced with. The movable rail is at the 3 metre position. Another good day here in Perth as well. And Mark, for race number 1, we can take a look at some form lines from Wednesday.
Yes, of course, the Rentakill initial handicap over 1,000 metres. Snow Lord's our replay horse, of course, as you mentioned. That form's been franked by Floyd.
Rail beautifully, led the way from Miss Somebody. Scalpel on the outside, Pike looking for the way clear with Snow Lord. Glimmer Girl's coming down the outside though from Dainty Tess at the 250. Glimmer Girl and Scalpel in the middle. Snow Lord getting a late rails run, but Glimmer Girl had hit the front. Dainty Tess charging late, but Glimmer Girl back in distance, too good. Glimmer Girl beat Snow Lord.
Yeah, well, beat Floyd 2 starts ago to this horse and then put in a nice performance last start behind Glimmer Girl. It was just held up narrowly on the inside and with a cleaner run. I still don't think would have beaten Glimmer Girl, but it would have been really close. I just think this race is going to suit. There's a lot of speed in here from barrier 3. They won't get to or won't have to lead, and I just think this horse has got the better turn of foot. I really like it in this race.
The box seat followers will remember that replay quite well because we both tipped Glimmer Girl on top on that occasion, but Snow Lord looks to have come on really nicely. I think we can rate him as a really nice Saturday galloper now. And we've also got Cataplexic. Cliff Green trains this galloper. Troy Turner rides. Now, only has those moderate form lines, but from barrier 1 should get a nice time of it out in front on the fence, and as we know early on in the day that can be an advantage.
Well, I've got it dead last in the race, not in front. So with its recent form lines, it's dropped to last in every single run, and I think with all the speed that's in this race, it'll just sit there, be smoking the pipe. Now it comes in this race very fresh, hasn't had a trial, so in a race of 7 where 6 want to lead, it'll be the one flashing home with a nice turn of foot.
Adam, your numbers for this race?
I'm going to go with number 4 Snow Lord, from 1 Tenterden, number 7 Just a Fluke, and 3 Aerozine.
Yeah, you've got the 4 on top as well, Adam. Snow Lord from number 5 Cataplexic, 1 Tenterden and 7 Just a Fluke.
Race number 2 at Ascot. It's over the 1,000 metres. It's an event for the 2-year-olds, and Mark, there's some form lines that we've seen in here that are going to hold up, and you'd say the Group 3 Gym Crack will be one of those.
Yes, the most superior form line heading into this race, of course. Let's have a look at Resistance, just fading late but running a nice race for 5th.
Top of the home straight, we'll see how good she is at the moment. On the outside, Lucy May coming out after Resistance. 1.5 lengths to 2 lengths, Summer's Dream. See Annie is coming with a wet sail from further back in the field with a mighty run, but it might be too late for her. Kiss Bang Love on the outside, raged up very quickly. Sent to the lead by Pike. Kiss Bang Love's home. Kiss Bang Love has won it.
It was a good performance for its only 2nd career run. Now, my concern is that this horse has been up for a little while. I'd suggest that this is probably the last run before they do send it to the paddock. But from barrier 5, with the speed that we saw dropping back to 1,000 metres, I think there's a lot to like about this filly. I think she's going to come back very good after a spell.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do here as well. Tactics-wise, they've led on debut and then last start in the Gym Crack as well, which is a much tougher field as we saw. But if they can take a sit from barrier 5, Ben Patterson keeps the ride, knows the filly well. I think a really nice chance here. Of the other race brigade, we have number 2 Royal Strata and Demons and Dust. Both come out of that race behind Time and Truth. Now, Royal Strata had the form lines going into that race, but Demons and Dust put in a really nice effort.
Yeah, of course, there was the protest between the two as well, which was dismissed. I really like Royal Strata here. I think from barrier 7 you can get into a forward positions. Demons and Dust, barrier 9 makes it a little bit difficult.
Adam, you're on top selections.
I'm going with number 4 Resistance, from 2 Royal Strata, 3 Demons and Dust, and 10 Dynamite Dream.
I've got 4 Resistance on top as well, Adam. From number 10 Dynamite Dream, a really nicely bred filly by Denman. Number 2 Royal Strata and 1 Sun Boss.
Race number 3 at Ascot, it's the Tab Touch Maiden. It's over the 1,500 metres, and Mark, I can make cases for about 8 of these runners.
You really can, Adam, but we'll have a look at number 2 Crowder, flashing home last start in a graduation 62 plus race.
Straightened up 2 clear, Cubit and Cundy sticking on. Over on the fence, Warbrook down the outside. Bollywood Blitz is setting after the leader. 4 seen at the 200, a length clear. Now a half a length coming at it, Bollywood Blitz. Bollywood Blitz levels up to 4 seen, dashes past it. Come on board down the outside. Followed then on the outside, running on into the next spot, another Vision, but Bollywood Blitz is...
Crowder had the 11 starts and still a maiden, but when you take a look at some of the performances and horses that it's placed behind, you must give it a chance in this race. There's going to be good speed in this, which is definitely going to be the advantage. They're drawn 13, so they're going to have to go back, but sadly for Raquel Mills, I just think we're going to see the same Crowder performance. Back, run on strongly, and probably run in the first 4.
I'd have to agree with you, Adam. Speaking to Jerry Noske before the races last week when she rode Crowder, she said if you put him in a maiden, he'll probably do the exact same thing, so why not race in the harder races for a bit of extra prize money? Not sure if he will win this, but it's still definitely a chance and will be in the market. We've got number 9 there, Duck Feet as well. William Pike rides for Brett Pope here. Last start effort was good behind Clever Keza. Was well beaten and well held by Clever Keza, but I liked its fighting qualities. Fought all the way to the line to hold off Prince Western.
Yeah, and I like its run before that as well behind Stellar Ignition, which has franked the forms by winning since as well. Then you see it gets Barrier 2 and William Pike on board. It over raced last start and was wide, so hopefully that cuts out both of those and he expects an improved performance.
Number 10, Keeper's Son for Arthur Mortimer. Sean McGruddy takes over here with Molly Clark out injured, but there was a lot to like in the debut run there, or the run 2 starts ago rather, when Ravelli just nabbed it on the post.
Yeah, I really like the form lines here of Keeper's Son. Go back even when it was racing the 4th of Feb, beaten by Duke Azza, which of course is racing in the Derby. Then the form behind Ravelli and Regal Class certainly looks to hold up. I like the senior jock going on board here. Molly Clark has done nothing wrong, but I just think Sean McGruddy's a real big advantage. I've got this horse on top from number 11, Mariga, 7, Warbo and Grado, and 9, Duck Feet.
I've got number 9 on top here, Duck Feet, from the 10, Keeper's Son. Number 12 there, Massa Mac, and 2, Crowder.
Race number 4 at Ascot. It's the first of our listed races. It's a Sheila Gwynn Classic over the 1400 metres. And Mark, thankfully for the form, we see most of these coming from the same run.
Yes, and that is the Marjorie Charleston we speak of. Let's go back and have a look at Dendee winning first up.
At the top of the straight, Conceited led, Secret Doubt challenging quickly. Behind them, looking to get around the heels, Let It Slip, followed by She's a Virtue. There's a rails run for Dendee coming through. It's Conceited, Secret Doubt, but Dendee's coming quickly along the rail. Look at Dendee getting up on the inside. She's scraping the Dulux Dendee, shot through Dendee. Dendee beat Conceited.
Brilliant performance by Dendee. We're starting to get used to this galloper winning first up with no trial as well, and just had that perfect rails run. But for mine, the run of the race was Let It Slip. Was held up the entire time, looked for a way out. Has to go against a couple of career stats here. Has never placed at a distance and has never placed when second up. But with a 1.5 kilo swing and not too much speed in this race, I think this is the horse to beat.
That's not to say she hasn't run well second up. All of her runs second up have been quite good, just without placing at him. Number 3, Kensington Abbey for me, though the same thing. 4th up here has a really nice record when 4th up. The win 3 starts ago was just sublime off a hot tempo in that 72 plus race, beating Settlers Creek and the likes. Look, back out to 1400 metres here. Jerry Noske knows a bit more about the horse. I think he can be finishing off quite well late. Adam, give us your top 4 selection.
I'm going to go with number 1, Let It Slip. From 2, Dendee, 5, Forever Diamonds, and 6, Fancy Fox.
I've got the 3 on top here. Kensington Abbey, as I alluded to. From number 1, Let It Slip. 2, Dendee. And number 7, Just a Jingle.
Race number 5 at Ascot. It's the Red Shoe Society handicap over the 1200 metres. And Mark, we will see the jockeys wearing the red boots there, so make sure you do sponsor them. It goes to a great cause, and we're going to see plenty of speed in this race as well.
Yeah, we really will, Adam. It's an intriguing race, this 78 plus affair. A replay horse, though, is number 2, Gigante, who ran second behind Max Almighty.
2 toes Peninci, Zuccaros getting home along the rail, then General Groove, and further back Smoko. 3 votes tackled by Gigante, who headed him. On the rail, Jewton, followed by Proceed with Caution. Gigante had hit the front, down on the inside, Jewton coming though. Jewton Proceed with Caution, Peninci, and now Max Almighty. He's coming with a great run. Max Almighty down the outside.
Well, those form lines have really held up, haven't they, with Max Almighty going on to win the Batavia as well and do it quite comfortably in the end. I really like Gigante in this race. So finished behind Potent Secret when they met last start in the listed of Cyril Flower, but it meets at 4.5 kilos better. So from barrier 3 with good speed in the race, we know Gigante can just sit back there quietly. Shelby Botel rides this horse well. I think it's one of 2 very good chances for Jim Taylor.
I agree with you. More races he's got there down the bottom. The 3-year-old steps up to Open Age Company and looks a really nice chance with Jason Brown in the saddle. We've also got number 6 here, Candlelight Star, returns off about a month and a half break. Now, this horse, we've both got a lot of time for him. He would run through a brick wall, as we say, each and every time, but draws 5 here, should be in the running line. I think he should be able to finish off well here fresh.
I think the issue is for both of us, we keep saying this horse should be doing it and just hasn't done it in recent time. Maybe the freshen up will be the difference. Drawn nicely in barrier 5 and will appreciate the small field and the speed.
Number 5 there rather, Adam, Conceited for Simon Miller. The way the race might pan out would be perfect for this mare. We've got the likes of Gigante and of course more races. Will probably speed along, and Conceited could just slot in right behind them and be the one finishing off too strong.
I think they'll be sitting outside more races in this race. I think they'll like to be in that forward position, and Gigante will tuck just behind it. But from there, we've seen Conceited is just so tough. She'll continue to battle on all the way to the line, and you know what you're going to get from her. And I've put her on top in this race. From number 8, more races, 2 Gigante and 3 Smoko.
I've got the 6 on top here, Candlelight Star, off to freshen up. from number 8, More Races, 2, Gigante, and number 7, Newton.